Okay, I'm not going to be here today, and so you're going to continue working on Pythagorean theorem. Y'all are getting really pretty good at it. And these problems are well, some of them are very straightforward. You are going to have to round on some of these, so the answers are going to be rounded. But I built this worksheet I assigned because the answers are right here. So if you don't get something that's there, you've made a mistake. There are symbol problems, and then there's some word problems. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of them with you. I'm going to do number 1, and I'm going to do number 4, and then I'm going to do number 10. Okay, so I'm going to do 1, 4, and 10. So I gave you another sheet of paper. I do want to see your work on the other sheet of paper. Guys, you probably have enough room to do them on the back, but I don't care. I want them nice and orderly. Alright, I've been telling you or teaching you that the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared every time. Then I said it will be really helpful if you build a chart. A, B, C. This was the side length, this is the area, and build it every time. Okay? So, what do I know? Looking at this, and I'm going to zoom in. Woo, much bigger. Okay, looking at this, what do I know? I always look for my C, which is the hypotenuse. If you're highlighter happy, you can always highlight the hypotenuse. That is going to be your C. There is no number on my hypotenuse, so I know my C is going to be blank. And then, like we've talked, it doesn't matter which one I choose is A or B. Then I have to find the area. That's what A is. So 6 times 6 is 36. 11 times 11 is 121. Alright, we remember the two small things add to equal the big. So we're going to have to add, and guys, you can do it in your calculator where it's just 6 squared, squared plus 11 squared. Boom, there's your answer. This is going to be C squared. Now, I don't want to find just C. I want to find the piece. I just want to see how long that is. So I have to second square and square root that number. Now, round to let's start with tens place. So it's going to be 12.5. So this is 12.5. So C equals 12.5. Now let's look through our answer choices, see if we can find a 12.5. Yep, right here. And it says write each word next to the box. So number 1, you're going to write B. Okay, on the top. The riddle doesn't matter as much to me as long as you make sure your answer is there so it's kind of self-checking. Okay, then I'm going to do number 4. Okay, number 4, still a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, I'm going to look at my problem. I locate my right angle and then draw a line, and whatever is across from that is my C. Again, draw my table. Side length, side length, area. Okay, oh, it didn't go enough. Alright, 13. This we're going to say is 12. Okay, so that is 12. And I don't know B. B is my missing. Okay, so 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169. If you didn't know that, you could always 13 square, boom. Okay, now remember, C has to be my biggest thing. So nothing can be larger than 13. So I'm going to have to subtract. This is a subtraction one. So I have to subtract 169 minus 144. Subtract it. You don't have to show this step. I don't know, you'll do it in a calculator, but I just want to make make you aware that's what you're doing. Subtract, and you get 25. Now, 25 is not your answer. It would be higher than 13. You have to square root your answer. So second, and you get, I don't know if you could see that, I did it pretty fast, is 5. So this is your answer. Okay, so 5 yards is our answer. Okay, so then we'd go to number 4. We'd look for 5 yards. Oh, right there. And number 4 is who. Can't really see I did that. But okay. Now, last one I'm doing is number 10. Okay. Mr. Smog bought a TV with a big screen that had a screen that was 48 inches wide and 27 inches wide. So 27 and 48. He wants to know the diagonal. So here's my right angle. So I'm going to look across, and what I'm looking for is my hypotenuse. That's the part I'm looking for. So formula is the same. As always, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to build my table. Side length area. Alright. So I don't know. I don't have a number at my c squared, so I know these are going to have to be my legs. So 48 and 27. Got to square them. 48 squared is 200 or 2,304. 27 squared is 729. And we have to add those numbers up when you're finding C. So you have to add them. And your answer is 3033. So 3033. Then that's way huge. There's no way a TV is that, just a TV in your house is that large. So you would have to square root it. And you get 55, and then round to the 10th place, that 7 tells it to jump up. So we're going to say 55.1. So my answer is 55.1 inches. Look through my answer choices. Here it is. 55.1, so 10 is by. Okay? Alright, so I have done the work for 3 of them. Guys, if you want to do it more where it's in the problem, we practiced it that way as well, but you tend to be doing better with the grid, seeing which number is missing and solving it from there. You tend to do slightly better with that, with the grid over the equation, but both work. You can do it however you're comfortable. But this right here is going to be a part of your grade. If you do not have this on every question, it will be incorrect. So you must have a squared plus b squared equals c squared in every question. You also must show your work either with the equation or with this, or I will not count these correct. I will say, I don't care what answer you got. I don't care you can use a calculator. I have to see work. Alright, so these two go together. You will also be getting a word problem sheet. Okay, guys, this is not homework. Do not do this for over the weekend, which I don't really worry too much that you will, but we will finish this if you don't. Some of these problems are very, very tricky. For this first one, for example, it has 3 parts to it, and Pythagorean theorem just being one part of it. So it has several parts. I want you to try the best you can. If you want, you can skip number 1 because it probably is the hardest on the page. Go on to the next one. I highly recommend you drawing pictures for the different things that they're doing. Like this is talking about a baseball diamond, which is really a square. This is first, second, third. It's talking about going across from first to third. It's asking for the distance here if these are each 90 feet. Draw a picture. Then locate your hypotenuse and solve from there. Okay? None of these are too terribly hard except number 1. Number 1 has got several steps. But number 3 isn't too bad. And there's only 7 problems. So, not too terrible. You can work on those once you finish this page. This page must be completed before you leave my room. Okay? This one, if you don't get it completed, just put it in your journal. We'll work on it on Monday. No big worries. Okay? Alright. I will see you. Bye. Have a good weekend.